Thank you for waking up with Happy Ass, where we come together to grow in mind, body, and spirit, so we can go and turn out and make the world a brighter and spacier place to live for ourselves and for others. That was easy for me to say. I promise I'm not having a stroke. I just got back from working out. I'm not finished working out because I had to stop my working out so I could do this. And so I told you my life is kind of really all over the place right now, because I don't have as much time to do one thing. So I'm kind of like segmenting my time. And, it kind of reminds me, wasn't going to talk about this, but it reminds me of how I had to adjust when I was going to school. When I was going to school, trying to go back to school when you're doing all these things. So I went back to school when I was I was in my 30s, I guess. And I was working full time. I had 3 children. So I was having to squeeze it into my life. And there was no several hours of one time. So I'd do a little bit here, a little bit there. I would literally get an index card and stop at a red light. I would read a few lines of my notes to study my stuff. I just did what I could. I was so determined to do it. And the thing was, I was so tired of being poor, y'all. I was so tired of not paying my bills and not being able to decide. I just wanted to do anything I could do to make my life better. That's what it was about then. It wasn't to change the world. It was just, I wanted to make my life better. I was tired of driving a jalopy car. I was tired of my power getting turned off. I was tired of my water I was just tired of living that way, y'all. So I was trying to reach for anything I could to improve and enhance my life. So I just had to take little bitty pieces here and there, and that's what I'm doing now. But y'all, I was listening to a podcast this morning, and I did not know this story, and for some reason it kind of choked me up while I was in the gym. So do any of you remember John Tesh? He's 71 now. And so I thought, he's born in 1952, so that's Hugh's. I think Hugh was born in 1951, so my husband would be 72 years old if he lived today. He'd be 72. That's so wild to me. So, John Tesh, as you know, I think most of you know, he's on Entertainment Tonight for many, many, many years, but that's not how he got his start. He grew up in a family where his dad was strong military, and his mom was strong in music, and he started playing the piano when he was really, really young, and they made him practice every day. But he went to school, he wanted to do music, he wanted to do theater, and his dad said, no, that's a pastime, you can't do that. So his dad, back then, people listened to what their parents said, whether that was good or bad, but they did. But so he went to school, and he realized he took a class on TV and theater or something like that, and he realized shortly into that class, oh my gosh, this is what I want to do. Well, he had a 1.9 GPA, so he was doing terrible, because guess what he was doing? He was doing what someone else told him to do that was not his mission, wasn't his goal, wasn't his calling. So many of us, I think we do what is expected of us. We think somebody wants us to do, and it's not our calling. It's not what we're gifted at. It's not what we're called to do. And I think so many times God is forming us in friction. He formed me in friction. And that's the topic I'm going to speak about next week at Idea Camp, is being formed in friction. And we're formed in friction. We find our calling. We find what we are uniquely put here to do to change our lives and change others' lives for the better. So John Tesh decides to drop out of his classes, and it's past the ad drop period. And he says, he went to a few of his professors, and they said, okay, you can go ahead and drop out, because he really felt like they wanted him gone because he was messing up their average. When he goes to statistics professor, and the statistics professor says, no, I'm sorry, you're past the drop ad. That's not my protocol. You cannot do it. Not doing it. So one of his friends said, well, just do like I do. Just forge your teacher's name on there. And he said, well, that's forgery. He said, yeah, but, so he did it. And he said he was going along, merrily along, living his life, doing well, enjoying his life. And the chancellor wrote a letter to his father, informing him that he had forged that document. His father kicked him out, said, you brought dishonor to the family, be gone. He lived in a tent for a little while, pitched his tent near a phone booth, and he went and auditioned for different things on a radio and stuff like that. And that's how he got his start. But I want to fast forward to something I thought was really cool. And for some reason, this choked me up. He's really, really into music. He wanted to become famous, and he had this opportunity to play at Red Rock, in Las Vegas. Red Rock that's Colorado, Red Rock. And he goes, but you have to have a lot of money to do it, to perform and stuff, because he couldn't get sponsors because he wasn't really known yet. But he and his wife put up the money to do it. They had a symphony, he had his band, all these things. He gets there, and shortly after 3 songs, it just comes a deluge. Well, his whole orchestra leaves because they're not going to run their nice equipment. So, and he goes, what do I do? Do I keep on playing? Do I keep on playing? And he looks out in the audience, and the audience of Red Rock is prepared for this because they live there. They know that it can change at Red Rock any moment. The weather can change. So they all have their rain gear. They have their umbrellas. So they're prepared for the adversity. They're ready. So they don't leave. They stay. So he stays, him and his piano and the small band members. So it's got just a small band, and he continues to play. And he realizes in that moment that his audience was ready. His audience was ready for the adversity. They were already prepared because they've lived there. They've been through it before. And he kept on playing, and the rest is history. He became just this icon on Entertainment Tonight. He's gone on to win Grammy Award, all kinds of awards. But I think about what would have happened. What would have happened if he'd taken his toys and gone home? If he'd stopped? If he'd let that rain, let that adversity stop him? So my whole message today is, y'all, if you plan for adversity, it's going to happen. It's going to happen, and realize that everything about you, everything about me is formed in friction. It's formed in adversity. I don't think anything that's ever happened to me that's had any value whatsoever was formed in me on a sunny day when everything was going my way. Now, I'm grateful for those days. I'm so grateful. But y'all, for the reason I can sit here and be happy and grateful and thankful and joyful for what God has done for me in my life is because I've had adversity. I was formed in friction, and that has made all the difference in the world. All right, I love y'all so much. There will be no affirmation today other than to say, you are fabulous, you are glorious, you are made to do something amazing and wonderful, and the best part of you is going to be formed in friction. Be sweet, y'all. Bye.